People love medical medium information. Why? Because it helps them, because it heals them, because they get better, because they recover, they get their life back, they rise out of the ashes, they move forward with their life, they go back to work, they can drive again, they can walk again, they can choose any kind of exercise program they want because they healed and they got better and they can move forward. And you know what? They can even eat crappy shit, junk, crap, garbage food after they've healed and be like, oh my God, I can eat anything now. Holy cow. People heal using medical medium protocols. They heal doing medical medium stuff. It's not because they like me so much, because face it, where would I be? How would I be really helping people if it wasn't working? What would happen? Would everybody be listening to me over here? No, probably not, but it took years of people healing, everyday people healing, getting out of wheelchairs, recovering from every single condition, fibro, RA, eczema, psoriasis, the list goes on, autism, the list goes on, and it's because medical medium stuff works. The protocols, the cleanses, they all work. You guys know if you tried them, and there are dabblers, and that's fine. Dabblers love to dabble, nothing wrong with that. I don't judge. I don't shame, absolutely not. You can do a medical medium protocol as powerful as total immune right there. You can do that and then go eat a cheeseburger, a greasy cheeseburger or something at the end of the day. Fine, if that's what you're doing. But the point is, if you're using any of the medical medium protocols, it's a great thing because it's going to help you. It's going to move you forward, even if you're bringing in all this crap that's not good for you and it's moving you backwards, right? Now you're doing the creatine, now you're doing this, now you're doing Shilajit, now you're doing mushroom coffee, now you're doing that, this, and you're moving yourself backwards. You got caffeine, now you might be using nicotine. Whatever you're doing, you're moving yourself backwards. You're smoking all kinds of crazy stuff. You're doing all kinds of psilocybins. You're moving yourself backwards, but then the medical medium protocols push and move you forward. You eat junk food, you eat chips, you eat all kinds of stuff. You're going backwards. Medical medium stuff moves you forward. That's how it works. And maybe you're somebody that you stay away from the bad stuff. You stay away from the foods that medical medium knows, the information we know that isn't good, and you move forward. Maybe you're somebody that's really chronically sick. You've been through hell and back, and you stay with the celery juice. You stay with the heavy metal detox, medical medium. You stay with your mono cleanse. You stay with your 369 advance. You stay with the heavy metal detox. You stay with the extractor smoothie, and you keep on moving forward until, you get going, and boom, you're there. You're there, and you're rising out of the ashes, and you get through the woods, and you get to the other side of the woods, and you see a field, and you step in that grass, and you look, and that sun's coming down, because by golly, you actually made it. You're healing. And that's why people love medical medium information. That's why they want the protocols and they use them. That's why people are ripping off the protocols and throwing it in all their other crap they're doing out there. That's why people know it's legit. They know it's legit. Otherwise, they wouldn't be actually looking to the medical medium for help. They wouldn't want the medical medium's help with all their conditions and symptoms. It's because it works. Bottom line, if you guys just got on here, we're live. That's right. That's the way we like to do it. We like to do it that way, okay? All right. What you see in front of me right here is, boom, the total immune right there. That's the Vimergy Total Immune right there, you guys. Can you take a look at that? Are you doing the Total Immune Blend? Why would you need the Total Immune Blend? I'm going to talk all about it and why it's so powerful, why it's a healing weapon, because you need healing weapons. In this day and age, you know it. You need healing weapons. Bottom line, you guys know how it works out there. And it's not just about the C. It's not just about the flu and the RSV and all the different colds people think are colds, but they're really just flus. It's not just all of that. And it's not just about the measles. And it's not just about other stuff too that all is going around. Tuberculosis, all that's going around, right? It's about all that stuff. It's even chronic illness, meaning chronic. You're not well, you don't feel good, and you need to produce white blood cells. That's right. You need to produce white blood cells. That's right. I'll say that over and over again, and that's what this helps to do. So say you're not into medical medium. Say you're not into medical medium anything. Whatever. You're not, right? But it's important to know that producing immune cells is critical. That's why people have all kinds of symptoms, conditions, all kinds of stuff they're dealing with. Their immune system's compromised. Their immune system is hurting. It's hurting. You might be somebody, you're using Total Immune, you know what it does. It's got the thyme, it's got the mullein, it's got the zinc sulfate, it's got the trifecta, it's got the 3 things right there. And it's good for the lungs, it's good for the immune cells, it's good for your immune system, but something that's critical to understand, it helps you produce more immune cells when you got less immune cells, or immune cells that are broken because they're not doing the job they need to do. And maybe you're somebody, you got all kinds of different viruses, you got Epstein-Barr, you got shingles, you don't even know you do, but you do. You don't even know why you're fatigued, but you got an Epstein-Barr that's under the radar, that's stealth. You don't know why you're itching all over your body because you got a shingles that's not rashing, that is stealth. You don't know why you got this other problem because you got trigeminal neuralgia and your real problem in there is viral. So the list goes on. Maybe you got vagus nerve sensitivities. Maybe you don't even know it's vagus nerve and you're just dealing with complicated symptoms that you don't even understand. It's important to have your immune system working. You want your immune system strong. And what I love about medical medium protocols and medical medium information is you can turn it all around. You can turn it around, and that's critical to know right there. One way to turn it around is to build more immune cells, is to build more white blood cells, is to create and build more, and that's the difference right there. That is it. And medical medium information helps people do that, but the product in my hand all on its own helps to rebuild immune cells. Say you're somebody, you've been beaten down, you're sick for a long time. You're at the doctor's office, doctor's recommending getting blood work, you're getting blood work, so you're getting lots of blood draws. So you're getting lots of blood draws, okay? You're getting 5 vials, 7 vials, 12 vials, 15 vials. Maybe you're somebody that's been down the, you've been down the Lyme disease whole route, right? Maybe you're somebody that's down the multiple sclerosis whole route, and they're taking just 20 vials here and there. You don't think it happens? They'll take 40, right? They'll take 40. But regardless of how much blood, 4, 5, 6 vials, your immune system goes out with the blood. Out with the blood. It could take 6 months to get where you were to begin with, which could be already a bad spot. Yes, a bad spot. What people don't realize is when their immune system is compromised and broken, broken. White blood cells that are shattered, white blood cells that don't do the job they need to do. That's right, people walk around with messed up immune systems, have no clue, and maybe their doctor has no clue, maybe their practitioner, their health coach, whatever it is, has no clue, but they walk around with broken, shattered immune cells, okay? And then they get their symptoms and they get their conditions and it all starts to fall apart from there, and their symptoms or conditions are usually viral, bugs, viruses. That's what's behind those conditions, right? But their white blood cell shattered, not strong enough, not good enough. It's good that it's there, but it's weak and docile, and it's rolling around in the body and floating in the body, and it's had the crap kicked out of it. And there's a chance that if you had a blood draw, you probably lost it. Woo, it went right out your body with the blood draw. And then your body has to struggle and fight, and your bones have to produce new immune cells. Your body has to produce more immune cells, and it's difficult because the production is broken too. That's why people get sick all the time. They got fibro, they got RA, they got Lyme disease, they got symptoms all around. Aches, pains, tingles, numbness, balance issues, vertigo, dizziness. And then, you know, somebody will tell them, oh, you got stones in your ears. That's why you're doing that. That's why you're dealing with that. You have stones in your ears. You got Meniere's. No, you got inflamed nerves. And the labyrinth of the inner ear with all your ringing is inflamed, your vagus nerves all inflamed, your phrenic nerves all inflamed, cranial nerves all inflamed, you're dizzy, you got vertigo, you don't feel well, you're going to doctor after doctor, one doctor says you got this, another doctor says you got this, the list goes on. Maybe you're just tired, but your immune system is behind it. It's not its fault. Your immune system isn't the culprit. A broken immune system is a result from a broken world, a broken system, and that's what it's a result of. And contamination and exposures, that's what your immune system is up against. Critical to know. Critical to know. And so what I love about medical medium information is how do we build a new immune cell? How do we do it? And much of medical medium information helps you do that, helps to strengthen the immune system you already have, helps to rebuild immune cells you already have. So you get better over time and then you heal. And then you heal. This is a big deal. It matters. Take somebody who's been sick a long time and they're suffering and struggling. Think about that. They can't move on with their life the way they want to. There's a lot of young people that can't finish school. They can't even think about moving forward in their career. They're burnt. They're just burnt. Burnt and fried. Brain fog. They're on all kinds of different meds. Amphetamines. Prescription amphetamines. Under the counter. Over the counter. Street amphetamines. Because they can't think. Then they're doing all the caffeine. Then they're doing nicotine now. Then they're doing all these different things. Their immune system is busted, and no one's saying, and putting their hand on their shoulder and saying, look, look, your immune cells are suffering and struggling just like you. And we have to rebuild them. We have to heal those immune cells. We have to produce new ones and more of them. And then they have to clean up the mess so you can then have that miracle healing where your body turns around and boom, you got this miracle healing and you're moving forward. And that's what matters. That's what matters. If you guys just got on here, we're talking about total immune blend. Thyme, mullein, and zinc sulfate, trifecta, all three working together with no junk in here, no maltodextrin that's hidden, no hidden anything under the 10% hidden law. Did you guys know that? They're not talking about that yet, right? You hear everything on the news, you hear everybody talking all kinds of good stuff, everybody trying to solve problems out there, but they're not talking about the 10% hidden law where, boom, a small percentage can be hidden in products nobody knows about. Even the best people you trust, who have what the greatest intentions for changing the world, will have that 10% garbage inside your supplement. And right here, Vimergy won't do that. And you guys know I endorse these guys, and I'll say it over the time, over and over again. I endorse them, endorse them, endorse them, endorse them 1,000% because of what they do. They don't put that hidden 10% in, and they don't burn their stuff to the ground. I'll show you what that means, all right? Just a quick little show on burning the stuff to the ground. What does that mean, all right? Okay, I'll show you what that means, okay? Look at that right there. You see that? Can you guys see that right there? Burning the stuff to the ground. You see that? That's right. That's what you get out there. That's one of the best ones out there, so-called, that you can get out there. And what you're looking at, it's burnt. Useless. It's burned up. That right there is what that is. Okay? And right here, the strength isn't there just because it's dark colored, another trick of the trade. So tinctures out there, herbal tinctures, the trick of the trade is the dark color, super dark, and I'm not talking about licorice or something, super dark. The trick of the trade is to make it look like it must be potent. They must have so much in there. No, it's burned and it's thinned out, okay? And what you're looking at right here, I'm going to pour this in here really quick, okay? That's total immune, okay? You're looking at, you see total immune? You're looking at right there. I don't know if you can get a different camera shot. All right. We'll go with that one. Look at that, okay? You see the difference? Big difference. And that's with a lot of mullein, that's with a lot of thyme, and the zinc right there. And you'll see it. You'll see the difference from this to this, okay? Right there. There's the difference, right? And that's the difference right there. With nothing hidden in it like this stuff is and all this other stuff is. And just so you know, there's so much alcohol woofing up from that, I feel like I can get drunk just by actually holding that up to my nose, up into my snoot. I could smell that alcohol just billowing out of there. So we're talking about total immune, you guys, if you just got on here. So people with chronic illness, their immune systems need to rebuild. They need to rebuild new immune cells. This is critical to healing. I can only do so much. I can give you the golden ticket. I can hand it to you, and guess what? You can smack it right out of my hand. I can give you the golden ticket, and you can just smack it out. That's it. I can give you the heavy metal detox. You can smack it out. I can give you the mono cleanse 369. You can smack it out. I can give you the 28-day cleanse that saved lives. You can smack it out. I can give you the extractor smoothie. Smack it out. I can give you all the different protocols, all the different spiritual protocols, all the different meditation. Smack it out of my hand if you want. Perfectly fine. I can give you the total immune blend, tell you how to rebuild your immune cells, and you can smack it out of my hand. I don't care, as long as I did my job. As long as I did my job, and I can look up and I can say, God, I am doing everything I can to get people what they need so people can heal and rebuild their immune system so they can have a fighting chance and not turn 40 years old and have their bodies fall apart. I know there's a lot of people that are 20-year-old, and their body falls apart, they feel. There's a lot of people 30, they're hitting 30 and their body's falling apart. They're hitting 50 and it's all falling apart. Never mind 60 and it's all falling apart. I want to make sure people have an opportunity to heal, all right? It's good to see you guys coming on right now. I'm going to show you how I take total immune. I'm going to give you options that are really awesome, that actually help to even enhance it, which is hard to believe because this stuff is off the chain, off the chart. It's so good. Let's make some thyme tea, okay? So I got some water over here, and it's nice and warm. It's kind of hot. I'm going to do a little bit of thyme tea, so I'm going to move this over. All right? And I am going to pour this in here. There we go. Okay? Nice and warm. I'm going to put some thyme in here. Look, medical medium thyme tea. You can do less, you can do more. Why don't you do it your way? Do even more. Here, do it your way, right? Do even more, okay? There you go. All right? Wait, you want a little less? You want it that way? Do a little less. Do a little less. Whatever you want to do. Medical medium thyme tea right there. So what I'm doing is I'm going to let this kind of like steep a little bit. I'm going to let this do its thing, right? Now I'm going to kind of like bring this down in there a little bit too. If it'll stay. If it doesn't, there's plenty of time in there. Plenty. So let it do its thing. I got my thyme tea going on, and I'll show you what you can do. You can actually put total immune in your thyme tea. Now there's thyme in total immune. Keep that in a feather in your cap so you know there's thyme there. And then I'm doing a thyme tea. Interesting. Interesting. Because I'm doing like, boom, double whammy. I want to make sure this thing just gets used properly. You can use it where you're going directly in the mouth. That's how I take it all the time. But if I have an opportunity and I could make a thyme tea like this, a fresh one, I'm going to pop it in there too. So let this steep a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of honey in there, if you don't mind. Let me drop a little bit and mix it up as well, okay? Drop a little bit of honey in there. There we go. All right. And I lost my spoon. That's okay. What is it we're doing? We're live. Okay? Anything could happen. I could spill this whole entire tea. You never know. It could be one of those fun days, right? All right. I got some honey in there. I'm letting that steep a little bit. And then I can put total immune in here. You could do it later. I'm going to do it a little earlier right now. It's not that hot. It's starting to cool down. You don't want it boiling when you do this. You don't want it boiling because there is an efficacy, if I say that word properly, with how this works. Like the medicinals, the phytochemical compounds, all of it. You don't want to boil this, And what they use, the mullein and the thyme, what Vimergy does is they get it from, they grow it themselves. So they can watch the process, so they can see it. So they have firsthand accountability. So there's full transparency. And so their mullein, their thyme, it's very important to know how it works. So anyway, I'm going to take this right here, and I'm going to drop a couple of dropperfuls in here. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. Right in there. That's what I just did. Okay? Move this to the side. And you can mix it a little bit. All right? And there you go. So that's total immune right there. Now, if I felt something coming on, if I burn the candle at both ends like I do, I don't recommend that. I don't, that's the one thing. I'm sure of other things too, it's pretty annoying about me, is I will work and work and work until I drop. Until I drop. And so, yeah, it's terrible, terrible lifestyle to do it that way. Don't recommend it. Try to pace yourself with your projects, with your life. Of course, we know that. But me, I actually push it and I push it and I push it, and then end up like, wow, now I'm exposed or something. So what I'll do is I'll do it this way right here. Wow, that's so good too. That's so good. Healing weapon. Look at that right there. A healing weapon I would never go without. I got my propolis in the back right here. I got my total immune right here. And boom, that alone, I am rebuilding the immune system. So what happens is with total immune is it helps the body produce new immune cells. Just think about that for a minute, how important that is. People walk around with beat up old immune cells circulating within their body, circulating within their organs, circulating in their bloodstream, beat up, broken, fractured, shattered immune cells. That when they come across anything, flu, whatever, Epstein-Barr, whatever, and they come across those, the immune cells are they're trying to take down the virus so you don't have a relapse, so you don't have an episode. Your immune cells are trying to take down the shingles virus so it doesn't blow up and you get a rash in a couple of years. Your immune cells are trying to take down that EBV, that HSV1, trying to get the herpes simplex 1 down. Your fever blister bug that comes out. And your immune system's trying to tumble it down, but it's struggling and it's having a hard time. And your viruses that people have, they walk around with viruses. People all have bugs inside of them, and it becomes their chronic illness down the road. It becomes their chronic sickness down the road. Whether they know it, whether they don't, whether they like it, whether they don't like it, it becomes their chronic sickness down the road. So weakened immune cells like this one right here, it's floating around, and then the viruses are there. Okay? And then the immune cell wants to tackle it and take it down, and then another immune cell wants to tackle and take it down. Should take one. It should take one white blood cell. It should take one killer cell. It should take one immune cell to take down a viral cell. People who have weakened, broken immune systems, weakened, broken immune cells need 6 or 7 immune cells per virus. Think about that. 6 or 7 per immune, right? Per virus. 6 or 7 tattered immune cells. It should only take one, and one only, A strong one that gets what it needs and gets fed to take down a viral cell, gobble it up, and take it down. It should only be one, but that's not how the world works. You see everybody sick with chronic illness. You see how rampant it is, worse than ever before, just like SOC predicted. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. Positives? You can get better, better, and better. You got to know the right stuff. You got to know what to do. You got to know what to avoid. You got to understand exposures. You got to not get tricked by all the biohackers. Yeah. All the tricks of the biohackers. Loads of them. Loads of them. They'll tell you you don't need to rebuild your immune cells. They wouldn't even know how if they did care. Instead, they'll be like, no, wait a minute. You need these amino acids to build your muscle. You need these amino acids to build collagen. And they'll throw that into people's face. Meanwhile, somebody's like really sick and struggling. They got brain fog. They don't feel good. They're dizzy. They got tightness of the chest. They got unexplained symptoms throughout their body. Restless legs at night. They can't sleep good. They get strange hives and rashes. They get aches and pains in their joints, their hands, their elbows. Their knees are all inflamed. They don't know why they are, but they are. And the last thing they need is a dumb biohack. They need to know how to heal. And that's why people like medical beam information, street cred, and track record. That's what it is. Not some person who just got into the health movement 4 years ago. Now they're running a bunch of ads and they're selling a product or pushing some kind of, some kind of multi-level marketing scheme. And they don't know why people are really sick and how to heal. You got to have the street cred and you got to have the track record because it has to be about really what it is. Let's heal. Let's move forward. Let's get better. It is critical. We're talking about the immune system. If you just got on here, I'm taking another sip of Total Immune Blend in my time tea. Okay, you guys? I don't do this enough. I'm going to tell you right now. I should be screaming the top of my lungs on top of a rooftop. So every day, you got to be on your Total Immune. I should be doing it every day. I don't do it enough. I don't. I should be saying you should be on your propolis. You should be doing your, magnesium glycinate. You should be doing these other things. You should be doing this stuff. I should be screaming it. But I got a lot going on. There's a lot to do. I'm trying to produce material so you can get, the education you need from the information that's ahead of its time in advance. So you can have that in your hands and you can better your life in every single way. I should be literally screaming. Anyway, let's go into the next one. Let's talk about how we can do this. We got the time tea. Let's do something else. Let's do some applesauce for some fun. Okay. Pop that. Did you hear that pop? Did that pop? Did that pop? Did I hear it? Oh no. Did it or was it not popped? Was it popped and now there's something wrong? You always got to check the popper, okay? It popped beautifully. You always got to check that popper. Got to watch out. You go into the store, you go into the grocery store and you grab a bunch of, some jar of something you really love, whatever it might be, and it could be anything. And you grab that and that top right there, you gotta feel it. You gotta put your finger on it. You gotta feel it so you don't get botulism. You gotta feel that and know that, all right? Very important. People, get in trouble with that all the time. All right, so let's do an apple juice shot. Let's try that. Why not, right? Let's give it a try. And I don't know if it's, I've never done the apple juice, the applesauce in a shot glass. Let's give it a whirl real quick. Let me grab a small spoon right here. We got some applesauce. And what I'm going to do is put a little bit in this shot glass like this. Okay, you guys see that right there? All right, this is kind of fun. I like this. Move that over to the side. And here we are, total immune blend right there. And we're going to put a dropper full. This is great for kids, by the way. Okay? But ask your doctor what's great for, what your kids, if your kids can do it and so forth. Ask your doctor what, you can do. Bring the Total Immune to your doctor. So there it is right there. Check it out. I have it in an apple sauce shot. Now you can eat it with a spoon, which is kind of something that probably would be best. I always make a mess though. Always. If there's any chance I can get to drip a little something, spill a little something, I will. All right, there we go. But hey, that's why we're live. All right, so I have it in there. You can do it this way, like this. That's really good. You can also do it this way. Applesauce shot. AW's Bar and Grill isn't quite open yet, but it will. We'll get AW's Bar and Grill open. But there we go. Applesauce shot. That's really good. And the Total Immune blend doesn't taste bad. It tastes fine. I like the way it tastes. It goes down real easy. You can just do it direct. It tastes so good I could do it direct like this. It's got a great flavor to it. Great flavor. And what it won't have in here is natural flavors. Organic natural flavors, by the way, which is MSG and other garbage. Chemicals and all kinds of stuff. It won't have natural flavoring. It won't have vanilla flavoring. I'm not talking about vanilla extract. I'm talking about vanilla flavoring. It won't have chocolate flavoring. That's all MSG and crap and garbage. Maltodextrin and everything else is hidden in those natural flavors. Okay? You guys, have you seen the natural flavor world die? It's dying out there. That's medical medium information. It's years and years of fighting for it, for getting the information out there about natural flavors. And believe me, the natural flavor industry hates my guts. Okay? You know? And I don't talk about certain stuff, but that's, they don't like me. Because the natural flavoring industry, including the organic flavoring, which isn't, all of it is going down, 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 and it's coming out of products. You'll see it. It's not in every product anymore. Back 15 years ago, it was in every single thing in the health world. It was in every health chip, every health anything, any kind of tincture, any kind of like supplement, it was in there. No natural flavors, okay? The OG, Vimergy, no natural flavors. This is the OG of no natural flavors right here. Vimergy. No natural flavors, none of that flavoring crap, none of the organic, you know, under the guise of organic natural flavors when they're not. None of that. No hidden ingredients either. None of that 10% I talk about. Hidden alcohol, as long as it's down low enough, you can say alcohol free. It's evil. That's evil shit. No anti-caking emulsifiers. No anti-caking agents. None of that. This is a big deal, what I'm talking about right here. This is why I like these guys. This is why right here. People that care, and people that care because guess what? They use it themselves. The people in Vimergy use Vimergy. It's not like other companies. They'll use anything and everything out there while they work for a company. People in Vimergy use Vimergy. It's in my hand right here if you guys want to know. Have you used Total Immune Blend? Have you guys used it at all? Have you tried it? We're going to still do some more stuff. We're in it right now, so I'm excited. I'm just seeing you guys come on in there watching the comments too. Have you used Total Immune Blend? If so, what are the benefits? Have you noticed anything? Leave a comment in the chat. I would love to see. So you can just leave a comment all about it. Like, how did it work for you? Do you like it? Do you trust it? Do you believe in it? Is it helping you? Do you use it for somebody else? Total Immune Blend. TIB. Tib. You love Tib? Shannon says, I love Tib. Amazing. Every day you use it? Catherine? Elizabeth? Every day? Wonderful. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Is it stronger than propolis? They do different things. And that's the key to know. That's a good question. Let me get the propolis. If you don't have the propolis, get the propolis. Okay, that's Vimergy propolis right there, the propolis pure. If you guys did, if you saw the last time I talked about propolis, you got to watch that if you haven't. You got to go look for the video, watch it. It is mind-blowing. You got the cold sores, you got the oral, problems, oral health issues, you got all kinds of different ulcers in your mouth. It's not even just that. It's like immune system and all kinds of different things. But that's the propolis. So is it better than propolis? No, it's not. It's equal in its own way, critical way, does different things, really helps with the lungs. Like, Total Immune is good for the lungs, like really helps with lung stuff, like serious. And that's what Total Immune does, really helps with the lung sacs. Very important, okay? All of it. And so that's what I love about it. So it's different, right? But yet both so critical, beyond critical. All right, let's try coconut water. Let's do that. We'll do coconut water with it. I got a coconut water in this glass right here. Okay, we could also do it a little differently. Let me pour it into, let me pour it into a shot too. Let me pour some coconut water right here into a shot. There you go. There we are. That's coconut water right there. I will sip it too, just to double check. It's coconut water. Okay, let's put some Total Immune blend right in the coconut water. Great way to take it. Coconut water, electrolytes, right? The electrolytes in coconut water, like the real kind of electrolytes, right? Well, and then the natural sugars in coconut water, all binding onto, guess what? Binding onto this Total Immune, the mullein, the thyme, binding onto those. Here it is. That's a coconut water shot right there. Bartender, give me another. That was good. All right, so that's a coconut water way to take it. But like I said, you can always do this too. If this was another, like, tincture, say, company out there, there'd be so much alcohol in it. Oh, let me see. Let me go buy some mullein. Oh, let me take it home. It's loaded with alcohol, some 15%, 18% alcohol. Let me just do it this way. Oh, I'll do it AW saying and put it in different things. You'll be drunk in no time. Be drunk in no time. All right, so let's get going here. We got the applesauce shot right there. Okay, what kind of comments do we have up here as well? What brilliant combo. Luke Rogers, good to see you over there on YouTube. What brilliant combo of healing things together. It really is. Jane says, I use it every single day. Okay. M2 says, I use only Vimergy all the time. Me too. Love it. Okay. Piley Rin, I give Total Immune to my kids every day. Well, that's the thing. You don't have to have a flu. You don't have to have C. You don't have to have some kind of RSV. You don't have to what you think you're getting a cold to actually be on it every single day. It's designed to be on it every day. You can be on even a little bit of it every single day, okay? I'm going to put the propolis over here because we're talking about Total Immune. You can be on a little bit of the Total Immune every day, okay? And there you go, all right? And you can do it every single day with chronic illness or immune system strength, immune system rebuilding. You can be on it every single day. All right, so we're still got lots to talk about. Still got lots to talk about here, okay? All right. Talk about lung health. You guys want to do that a little bit? All right. So our immune system, a big part of our immune system that's in our bloodstream loves to be around the lungs because so much is entering into the lungs. Key information to know. You might already know that. So when we breathe, stuff is directly going into the lung. Free radicals are going into the lung. What are free radicals? Stuff coming out of the chemtrails. Stuff coming out of the sky. Stuff blowing out from just smoke everywhere. That's just sprinkling around the country. Radiation particles. Radiation particles floating around everywhere. Depending on where you are in the world, it's worse in some places, a little better than others. Still, stuff is entering in through the nose or in through the mouth and down into the lungs because we have to breathe to stay alive. We have to breathe. We have no choice or we can't stay alive. We have to have air going in us, okay? And so, immune cells, there is a portion of our immune cells that await things that enter into the lungs. Okay? Very important. And those immune cells need to eat and they need to feed. So the immune cells that are in the lungs and around the lungs waiting for all kinds of garbage to come in, including respiratory viruses, right? Including flu viruses. They enter into the lungs and you have a certain portion of your immune cells that are lung designed, meaning they love to camp out, hang out by the lungs. Their job is to gobble and eat free radicals and bugs and viruses as they're entering into the lungs. Okay? But if you got shattered, broken, tattered immune cells or not enough of them, it's not going to help you, so you're going to get a flu over and over again when they come. You're going to get other bugs over and over again. You're going to get bogged down by a lot of toxins that are airborne and aerosols. And what's going to happen is broken immune cells that aren't strong enough, that don't have that strength, are not going to be able to gobble it all up. Not going to be able to catch those viruses as they're coming in. Not going to be able to eat up all those different little radicals that end up in the lungs. The immune cell is going to be weak and tattered, and it's just going to be like, just not doing enough. It wants to do enough, but it needs help. What I love about total immune, okay, right there, is it's for the lungs. But what does that mean? For the lungs. Oh, this is good for the lungs. What does that even mean? What it means is the thyme and the mullein, the trifecta in there, is good for the immune system based around the lungs. Think about that a little bit. It's good for the immune system based around the lungs. Okay? Very important. Because not every immune cell does the same thing in the body, but your lungs have certain immune cells and they need help. So when total immune goes in, it's supporting the lungs because it's supporting immune cells, but not just supporting them, helping to rebuild new immune cells, helping to recover and restore new immune cells so that they're there to grab the free radicals. They're there to take on those free radicals and devour them and just gobble them up and spit them out and excrete them dead. Viruses go into that immune cell alive. The virus comes out of that immune cell dead. That's how it works. But you need something that supports that immune cell so that immune cell can go and tear the crap out of that virus or that free radical or whatever it is that's coming into the lungs every single day. Somebody sneezes. Somebody coughs, and now something's airbound, and we're heading there. We're heading there. October, you know the deal. Everybody wants to have fun, go to a Halloween party. A lot of people are just coughing their guts out. A lot of people can't make it to their Halloween party because they're so sick they got a fever. But that's just that, the bugs that go around. But what about all the free radicals that's every day, every minute that get into our lungs? And our immune cells got to be strong, they got to be tough, and they got to be there. And you got to have enough of them. And it's about rebuilding and producing immune cells. And that's what I love about total immune. It's about rebuilding, producing new immune cells, getting them to do what they need to do. Total immune soothes, is that a word? Total immune will soothe the air passages, okay? Providing some relief. Supports the lungs, the bronchial passageways. Man, respiratory issues, supports and helps with that. Okay, neutralizes free radicals, like I was saying before, provides antioxidant power, neutralizes free radicals, and it gives all-season protection. It's kind of funny when I think about it. All-season protection, you know? Exactly. And that's what it does. Anyway, so much to talk about, you guys. Let's move on to, you know, a little bit something else. I think I'm going to make something else here, okay? Let's see, where does this go? What way? Where? How? Oh, no. Where's the little thing here? Boop. All right. It's a little spot in there. Let's go. Let's get a cup of water out. Right here. Check this out, you guys. Check it out. I'm going to move my applesauce shot to the side for now. Move these little guys right here to the side. Let's go with this, okay? 1 cup of water. Let's get some fresh lemon juice. I'm going to cut a lemon. There we are. You could do like roughly a tablespoon because we're talking about really boosting, really connecting with this. And what I love about medical medium information, because it's about taking what you already have, something so powerful like the total immune on its own, the mullein and the thyme, right? And then doing what you see right there. You see that up there? You guys see that? Immune boosting lemon iced tea, and then making something with it, and then that vitamin C from the lemon, and those phytochemical compounds from the lemon, and yeah, the calcium from the lemon all work, and then the glucose from the lemon all work together, binding on, mixing with the mullein, the thyme, and the zinc sulfate, and taking it to another level for your immune system. Because you already know lemons are great for flushing out toxins, medical medium information, the lemon water flushing out the liver. He wasn't the one that figured that out. Everybody knew to drink lemon water. No, they didn't. They drank lemon water. They didn't know it flushed the liver first thing in the morning. They didn't know a lot of things. Info, here we are. We're doing lemon now. Let's get some lemon in here. But here's what I love about this. You do the lemon juice with the mullein and the thyme and the zinc sulfate, and you got another level right there. I'm doing a little extra lemon. Guess what? You can do a little less. You want to be you right there? You want to shift gears on that? Be like, AW, can I do less lemon? Absolutely, you can. And you shall. Okay, we got that. Got the lemon right there. All right, let's get a little bit of raw honey. You can go a little crazy if you want. You can go a little less if you want. I'm going to put about a tablespoon. You can do a little less. If you don't like honey, don't use it then. Don't put it in if you don't like honey. I'm going to mix this together. There we go. This is a cup of water, lemon, and now honey. All right, 2 dropperfuls total immune. 2 dropperfuls of total immune right there. I might do a little more. I mean, that's what I like to do. You know, bring the total immune to your doctor. Ask your doctor what's right for you and what you can do. And maybe your doctor will be like, sure, you can do this, you can do that. I'm sipping it to do a little taste test before I move on with the rest of them. Just love the way that tastes. Okay, let's make it better. Let's go. All right, get ready. Okay, what do I got right here? I got ice cubes, these little ones too. These little tiny ice cubes right here. So I'm going to be putting some ice in here. There we go. You guys see that? This is going to be so good. Now, I like ice sometimes, depending on what it is. So these little ice squares, see these? This isn't crushed ice, by the way. These are tiny little cubes. This isn't crushed ice. I'm going to put a little bit more because I want it nice and icy. Look at that. Whew. Caught that. I caught that. Guys, don't mind. I just want to put this back in the freezer. Don't want them to melt. All right. We got the ice in there. So let's make this nice now, okay? Got a lemon. Let's get some slices. You can make them thinner. You can make them thicker. I'm going to put a couple of slices in here, if you don't mind. All right, there we go. Let's put a nice slice in there. That way, I can't help it. I'm going to do one more slice. These are the things that make me happy, you know? Look at that. A nice slice there. And then I am going to cut another lemon because there's a really big slice here. I can see, look at this. I'm going to cut this lemon. I'm going to get this nice. You guys see that? It's great. And then I'm going to cut this. Put this right on the edge there. Leave the seeds. Leave them. Nothing wrong. You don't have to take the seeds out of that. There you go. So you're looking at the immune boosting lemon iced tea. It's right there. And I am impressed actually because it looks really good. All right. It's filled to the top. It's got all that ice. I want it that that look like it has, and I'm going to sip some now. Oh, a little ice cube in my mouth. I'm going to crack it. Oh, that's so good. With that honey in there, all that lemon in there. That is really good. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to go into a lemon iced tea meditation, and I'm going to just sit back and have my lemon iced tea. So I'm excited about that. I'll leave that over here. I'll get another sip of that in a moment. Let's just take a look at what we have here as a little reminder, because I see new people are coming on. People are coming on. They're like, what's he even doing? You got to watch this from the beginning. There's lots to talk about, lots to hear. This is a weapon for healing. Keep that in mind. And it's something I wouldn't go without, the Total Immune Blend. There's the Total Immune Blend right there. You guys know I endorse Vimergy, my favorite company in the world. And that's an immune boosting lemon iced tea. Excuse me, you guys. I get the little square ice cubes, you know. I like that. Instead of the big, large ice cubes. So good. You can kind of like crunch on them a little bit. Right? All right. We got some comments there. Toby777. This tool is so amazing. It really helps. It does help. Elaine, the Total Immune Blend. I have respiratory issues since childhood, and this is an amazing Vimergy supplement and more. So glad you're using it. So glad you know about this to help your respiratory issues. I'm so happy about that, truly. Daria, hello, Anthony. My tooth got healed after last event in New York. So you were there for the light blast? Thank you so much, SOC and Anthony. Love you. Wow. So you were there. You were there in the crowd with the light blast. That's amazing. Love you too. You guys, seriously, this is just such a great day. Like button hit. Everybody's saying like button. Do you guys want to hit the like button? I never really asked for that. It's just like I don't want to ask you guys of anything. That is so delicious right there. Facebook is glitching a little. Well, you can watch this on so many different platforms right here. We're live right now. Can I use the Total Immune? There's a question right there. Let's see. I loved your last podcast on getting out of a slump. You guys, if you want to check out the Medical Meme podcast, that's a great episode. Okay, Marcella says, Mullen is part of my protocol. Can I use the Total Immune support instead? How much of Total Immune to cover for 1 dropper full of Mullen? Of course you can use this instead, okay? And that's what I do. You know, instead of Mullen, I'll just go literally with Total Immune, all right? So you're talking about 1 dropper full of Mullen. The thing is with Total Immune, it's strong. It's not just like a speck of Mullen. So keep that in mind. Just because it's got like a trifecta going on, it's got that blend of thyme and mullein, just because it has that, along with the zinc, you can't underestimate the strength. So it's there. I mean, you can give it a shot and just go 1 for 1. Okay? You're doing your mullein at 1. And of course, ask your practitioner and doctor what they think. But you can do, you're doing your mullein. Well, you can do total immune 1 for 1, right? The same thing. You do 1, I mean, that's what I would do at first. Of course, you're welcome to do more. And of course, you're welcome to talk to your doctor about that too, or any of your healthcare provider and anybody who's helping you with your health. That would be great. Bring it to them and say, hey, can I do this? Fantastic. Francis over there on YouTube, Total Immune Blend. I have my family on it. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing all this with us, AW. Okay, over there on IG. Excellent, excellent, Anthony. Your information is powerful. Thank you, Sirocco. I appreciate that. Okay, Maria says, if you had to pick 4 supplements, I mean, I would have propolis on the list right there. Boom. I would have Total Immune on the list right there. Boom. Okay, that's what I would do. Now, look, you got to look at the medical medium information. Got to read the supplement chapters in the medical medium books. Brain Saver, go to that book. Go to Cleanse to Heal, go to that one. But go to Liver Rescue and go to that one if you want. But you'll see like how it works. And you can just start with 1 or 2 if you want, okay? But I love the propolis. I love the Vimergy Total Immune. And if I go to a 3rd one, you're looking at Golden Seal right there. So let me just show you that right there. That's the Vimergy Golden Seal, okay? So what I would do is I would make sure I had Golden Seal in your medicine cabinet, okay? Or in your kitchen cupboard. Make sure you have your Golden Seal in here, okay? That's important to know. I'd have your Total Immune, and I would get propolis. I would get just all 3, have them there, is what I would do. If you only can get 1, flu season's on its way. It's already here. Flu, measles, tuberculosis season is already on its way. And, any other crazy bug from, other countries or whatever that's going around right now. Okay? B12 is another one too. I may not have it on me right here. I think I got to get a new one. So that's another one. Lemon balm is another great one. Okay? But really, I mean, Total Immune, Golden Seal, propolis. Take a look at that right there, you guys. Get a good shot of that, those 3 right there. I don't know if you can see it so well, but there you have it, okay? And we're talking about Total Immune today. You want to just do 1? Do propolis. Do Total Immune. Okay? Do Golden Seal. You got problems with all kinds of different things that are in the medical medium books, the symptoms, conditions, you can learn. And you can be like, whoa, I need that propolis and that Golden Seal and that Total Immune. There you go, guys. Great stuff to talk about. Let's try not to knock over all this stuff. So let's go into bacterial stuff if you want. I would love to go into that a little bit right here. I'm coughing for 3 months. What can I do? Bring this information to your doctor. Definitely do that. Bring it to your doctor. Knock on your doctor's door. Bring this information. Bring the Total Immune. Bring the medical medium protocols. Bring them to your doctor and say, look, because obviously you're going to a doctor. You've got all kinds of problems. And you bring it to them and you say, can I do this? What do you think? Can it work with what you're giving me, doctor? Could ask your doctor, bring this information. I'm serious. Bring it to your doctor. And I'm serious. Absolutely. Very important to know. Okay. Let's see. We've got a comment here. After healing my son's chronic cough, we have been working on strengthening his immune system. So we do Total Immune right before going to school. Whoa. Healthy ever after. Thank you for that comment. That's very powerful. And that's a perfect way to use the Total Immune. Especially going back to school, especially everything that's going around. Moms know about cold and flu season, which is really flu and flu season. Moms know about flu and flu season. They know about the stomach flu, norovirus. They know about They know about these things. It's very important, all of it. We're going to talk about bacteria for a second too, because guess what? All right, where can we buy your products? Okay, Vimergy is the company. Okay, I'm not the owner. I don't own Vimergy. I don't own a percentage of the company. I'm not a shareholder of Vimergy. Okay, I endorse them, but I don't own Vimergy, but they are the best of the best of the best of the best. Hands down. I mean, I could bore the crap out of you guys and talk about all the things of why they're the best. Like, I can bore you. Like, it's unbelievable to what they do. Like, I won't go into it so crazy because it's that much. They keep the junk out, like I said, the percentages and stuff, those 10% and under that's hidden in all the products out there. They make sure that's not there. They don't do the anti-caking agents. They don't do the emulsifiers, all that stuff. I'm just saying, they keep all the hidden maltodextrin, all the hidden stuff that's not on labels of all your supplements. They keep it all out, but we can be here for an hour easy, and I can bore you guys on that of why they're just unbelievable. There's no hidden alcohol in them. There's no alcohol at all in them. Like, I can go on and on and on. Anyway, how can we make a tincture like that? I mean, the process they do where they grow, like with the total immune, where they grow their mullein, you know, and then it's also how they extract it. They don't burn it to death. They don't burn it to the ground. And that's the difference right here. You're looking at a tincture that's been burned. These are tinctures. I got tinctures over there, and I cover them. You know, I cover them, okay? Because I get enough crap. I don't need some tincture company being like freaking out, being like, you know. Meanwhile, yeah, you got like 15% alcohol in there, and you burned it to the ground, you know. You burned it to the ground. It's terrible. It's a sin. It's a sin what they do in the supplement world. Because what the difference is with Vimergy is they actually care about the chronic wheel. They care. It's not about the bottom dollar and the bottom line and all that bullshit, all that BS. It's not about that. Sure, they have to survive as a company, but they're willing to put everything on the line. They're willing to put everything on the line. That's the key. And I don't want to bore you guys about that, but they care about the chronic wheel. That's the difference. Like, that's the difference, hands down. And man, it's in my opinion, that's what matters. It's caring, and when you care, and it's about making a product that helps to battle, like healing weapons, that helps to battle chronic illness. We're going to talk about bacteria still. Just stay on the line, you guys. Stay on the line. Stay on the line. So it's like all-season protection. You have to understand the difference with Vimergy. It's not just about the flu season, the flu and norovirus and COVID and everything else season. It's not just about that. Notice how I have to say that one word really fast. It's not just about the flu season. It's about the Epstein-Barr's. It's about, guess what? Strep. Strep. Chronic sinusitis, strep. Right? Acne, strep. Conjunctivitis, styes, strep. UTIs, bladder infections, kidney infections, yeast infections, strep. And that's just to name a few. So when it comes down to bacteria, you want your immune system strong because strep bacteria causes a lot of problems. Can even get you like a meningitis. It can cause you all kinds of different things. Strep can be really dangerous to a lot of people. People got strep on their anuses, just sitting there all over their anus. Yeah, they do. They have like 4 different kinds of strep on their butt. Like they got strep in between their butt cheeks that lives there. And no matter how much people wipe and wash, it's there an hour later, right between their butt cheeks, nothing but strep. People have it in their intestinal tract, their colon, They got it in there, and then they get their acne breakouts again, and then they get another problem again, and then they're under the weather, and then they get their sore throats again. And just so you know, you can get a sore throat, and you can go to the doctor, and they'll be like, well, this isn't strep throat, but it is strep throat. It's just not the variety of strep they're culturing for, A. B, hey, that's pretty funny, B, you know, the different groups, that works. B, not only is it maybe the one they're not culturing for, but it's also the one they're not touching. You can have a sore throat underneath the blood vessels, a sore throat, and when they do the swab on your sore throat, when they swab it, they're not touching the strep. And here you are sick with this sore throat for a long time, and they're not touching the strep with the swab. When they go down in there like that, they're not. So you have to understand something, that you can have a strep throat, chronic strep throat, day in and day out. They'll throw antibiotics at you. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Maybe you'll be on antibiotics continuously because you got a sore throat that's mystery. And it's a strep throat. Sometimes if it pustules out or bubbles out or gets really inflamed on the outside of the throat, they'll go and they'll swab it, and it'll culture if they're culturing even the right group. It's madness. What I'm saying is, you want your immune cells produced, you want them stronger, you want to produce more of them, you want them to be able to destroy and kill off strep, you want them to take down strep. That's what you want. That's what you want. So you don't get the UTIs, the bladder infections, the kidney infections, so you don't get the yeast infections, strep, so you don't get inflamed, get ready, IBS. So you don't get the IBS. That's right. La da 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 dee la dee da. Bring this over here. All right. So in here lies a lot of strep for a lot of people. Multiple groups, multiple varieties of strep bacteria, and E. coli, and C. diff, and staph, and many other. But the strep is it's one of the real ers. So one of the real furs. Anyway, code for swears. Bottom line, you guys, that strep gets inside the colon, lives in there forever, burrows itself in pockets, finds itself in the ileum right there, gets in there, sits in there. People are inflamed here. They feel like they got golf balls moving through them. They feel like they got air bubbles, all kinds of stuff. Strep is blowing out gas. Yes, strep itself can blow out noxious gas. And that gas can be so toxic that it hurts when it's moving through people's intestinal tracts and colons. When that strep is moving through them, it could be so toxic, it's literally puffing out little bits of toxins that become painful, bloated gas inside the intestinal tract. The ileum, strep loves to live in there. Sigmoid loves to live in there, loves to be in the descending colon, the ascending colon. It loves to be in there. And guess what? It'll be in there all day long. All day. I saw somebody the other day. I was over at my family's house, and they had the TV on, and someone was like, all day long. They use that term, all day long. Anyway, all day long. That's right. You can have strep all day long. Bottom line. All right, I'm just going to take a sip because I'm getting kind of parched. This is delicious. A healing weapon I would never go without. Total immune. You guys, you want your immune cells to knock down the bacteria that's plaguing you. You want the immune cells to knock down the viruses that are plaguing you. You want the immune cells to knock down the free radicals that are plaguing you. You want that. You want to keep your immune system strong. You want to be able to fight off those flu and flu season. I do. Jasmine, I'm going to do a whole bunch of talks about pet health at some point. I'm working on it, and a whole bunch of other stuff about pet health, because I want to take that I take pet health really, really serious. So, I've done that before. Maybe I'll get a vet, like on a show or a podcast, to talk about just pet health. I know it's like, I don't do a lot of it, but I do talk about pet health randomly here and there. And I know I did a podcast, a pet health podcast years ago. So yeah, no, I'm always interested in wanting to talk about pets. So that leads me to this aspect of it, is that your pets have immune systems too. Go to your vet, you know. Is there something you can do for your pet? So that's something to kind of think about as well. When it's medical meeting protocols. Anyway, but we can talk about that more at another time. Such great questions here. I've had lung problems for years. I take it every day. Melanie, fantastic. That is such a good thing to do. 144 Path says Total Immune Blend is helping me. It's helped healing me. Wow. That's powerful. Very powerful. What happens when you got chronic illness and you're really struggling and you've been living with chronic illness for a long time, and you've been dealing with some kind of symptom for a long time, you know what it's like, you've been in it, you know what it means to feel better, and you know what it means to be healing, you know what it means. It's very important, critical important, really is. So yeah, Brandon says, I have eczema on IG. Did you look at the medical medium books and check out the eczema protocols and so forth? Okay. What is that concoction? This lemon iced tea? Fresh lemon slices, lemon juice. Take a look at that right there on the board. Immune boosting lemon iced tea. Okay. It's got some raw honey in there, fresh lemon. It's got some little ice squares. And it's delicious. I'm going to go to the table now. Do you guys want to hang with me over here at the table? Can I just take these over there? Will you come with me? I'll take some Total Immune with me too. I might even bring my applesauce over there. Can you guys come over here? All right. Just give me a second. I'm putting it down. Do you guys see me over here? There you go. You see me? All right. Just hang on. I'm just grabbing my stuff. All right. Okay. Grabbing a little bit of this. All right. Hang on. What else can I bring? Okay. Let me bring some other stuff to hang out there too. Applesauce. I love my applesauce right there. Yeah, Total Immune applesauce. Let's get that over there too. All right. I think we got stuff. Maybe the coconut water one. Whew. Where's the coconut? Oh, I sent it down. All right, I sent that one down already. All right, good to see you guys. So we're chilling out. Let's take a look at these comments. Okay. Can we use it in a shock therapy? I mean, I would. I mean, ask your doctor if it's okay. But I mean, I would personally. I've done the morning cleanse and all. Fantastic. Let's go here. Amazing. Chemical sensitivity in the book, Liver Rescue. Is there? Yeah, there's a protocol in there, chemical sensitivity. I talk about chemical sensitivities in the books and stuff. You guys, do you know medical medium information? You guys know medical medium information, right? I mean, the books are so packed, okay? So packed. It's ridiculous. We're just going to chill out and hang out a little bit. I love crunching those little ices right there. All right. If you guys just got on here and you're wondering what the hell's going on, if you guys just got on here, we're talking about Total Immune Blend, right, from Vimergy. You guys know I endorse these guys. Watch this from the beginning. You'll be blown away with this information about how to rebuild immune cells and so forth. Do the tincture carries alcohol? Does this tincture carry alcohol? No way. I was just talking all about that. Vimergy tinctures don't have hidden alcohol. They don't even have hidden alcohol. Like, that's the whole point. Tinctures have hidden alcohol. That's what they do. Even the ones that say they don't have alcohol. We're talking about, like, no way. My God. If you're looking, Vimergy.com, you'll see that right there on the board, you guys. Vimergy.com, go check out their stuff. All right. All right, so let's do this. Hell no, no alcohol ever. Yeah, correct. All right. Heidi Green says over there on Facebook, hi Anthony, I bought the Total Immune Blend, but I thought I had to wait until I was sick to use it. I will now make this delicious recipe and drink it often. You don't have to wait. I take Total Immune every day unless I'm out of it or something else. But I take a dropper full every day. Like this is what I do. That's so good. Let's see. Rusky says, your protocols helped me with an easy labor and birth. 2 hours, no intervention. Wow, God love you. God bless you. That is just so amazing. Athena says, my sister has been suffering. Athena says, my sister has been suffering from, I thought it said Epstein-Barr virus. I was talking about Epstein-Barr virus earlier, just so you know, and how important it is to like have a strong immune system when you're dealing with Epstein-Barr. And that's the thing, you know, a lot of doctors, depending on if it's popular, doctors will start testing for it more or start looking into medical medium information more like they have throughout the years. But then, you know, something else will actually just, you know, something else will take over in the health movement. And then all these poor people that are suffering from Epstein-Barr symptoms, they just don't even know what to do, how to even find medical medium information. It's so sad. They don't even know what's causing their problems or symptoms. They're suffering and they have no idea. It's really a sad business, a sad ordeal. It really is. Whoa. I talk about sciatic nerve pain all the time. I've done it for years. I wrote about it in Medical Medium Book 1, New Edition. So if you guys take a look at Medical Medium New Edition, Book 1, I talk about sciatica. Shingles causes a lot of sciatic problems. And guess what? Medical research and science has taken that information now from Medical Medium. They poached it. Now they act like they knew it all along. It's crazy how things work. Okay. Cheyenne. I'm guilty of leading people to your information. That's a terrible crime. I'm guilty of leading people to your information. I'm buying the books, studying yourself and SOC's information, and not doing these things myself. I need to be better. 5 years strong, helping people heal with your information at my gym. Thank you for doing that. I'm honored. Thank you. Seriously, Cheyenne, thank you for that. I truly, I'm blessed to know you're doing that. And I'm sure you're doing some medical medium stuff. Listen, I get it. It's really hard. You can know what heals people. You know what people need to do. You know what they need to do to heal, right? But it's hard to always do it yourself. Like, it's hard for anyone to do things themselves when they're taking care of all these other people, because that falls into that whole thing. Keep that in mind. That's what that falls into. It falls into, I am serving other people. You're at the gym. You're telling other people about medical medium. You're in service to humanity. You're serving people, right? Helping people. You think about them. You care. You care enough to tell somebody, hey, you should be doing medical medium information. Check this out. You might have the Epstein-Barr virus and he knows how to kill the virus. You need to do this. You need to do that. And then what happens is, you know, you care about everybody so much, it's hard to go and just like, oh my God, I got to make my celery juice. Oh my God, I need to do a protocol. Whoa, I should do the extractor. Maybe I should do a 369 advanced. And it's hard to keep up with that. Understandably so, completely understand. You don't think I don't miss a celery juice? I mean, heck, of course. I'll miss a day. I'll miss a celery juice day. I'll miss a week if things are going crazy and I don't have access and it would take a lot for me to go and get access to it while I'm working or something. It's not easy sometimes. All right, so here we go. We got some comments here. Do you have to consume these drinks right away, or can they be consumed a little bit later? I'm doing the lemon iced tea right here. I'm doing this incredible healing lemon iced tea. There it is right there. You see it up there, you guys? I'm doing it. It's got total immune in there. I'm drinking the beverage as we speak. I got the lemon in it. It's sitting here. The little ice squares are just sitting in there. And it's been a while now. It's going on quite a while. I could have this sit here all day. Ice cubes are going to melt. Do you ever meet anybody like it's really annoying because they like to slurp? They love to slurp and they like to make the sounds of the... Yeah, well, you just met somebody right here. Me. I purposely kind of make sounds when I do that. Started in childhood and I have not changed that element of myself. I mean, sure, can I like tell myself, just don't slurp? But I don't know, I just like it. I like it. All right, let's take a look here, you guys. Chrissy, I had IBS every day for years and celery juice saved me. See, like that's everything right there. If you're somebody that's living with IBS out there and you got it for years, you know that's suffering. Like, that's suffering, Chrissy. I'm so sorry you went through that, but you found the celery juice and it saved you. You know, it's crazy because there's no money behind celery juice. You gotta think about this for a second, right? There's no money behind celery juice. There really isn't, okay? And so because of that, the biohackers stay away from it. Biohackers just mean how to monetize. It's all about monetizing. Whatever their platform is, whatever they're selling, it's about, you know, monetizing whatever products they own, like owners of, you know, they're owners of their own products, whatever it is, they're monetizing. And what happens is biohackers are all about that. They'll stay away from celery juice with everything they have. Even though every supermodel does celery juice, you know, it's like, biohackers stay away from it because they're not going to make any money from it. So they'll never tell somebody with chronic illness, you should be doing celery juice. Instead, they'll say, here's my creatine, here's my whatever, here's my collagen, here's my pearl powder, whatever it is they'll do. But they'll never tell anybody, you know, like, no, you need to be on celery juice. You know what I mean? The biohackers, they stay away from it because they're not going to make any money. And then people will look up celery juice and be like, oh, medical medium. Julie Tuesday, I met you. We met in person. Julie, we met in person. I can't believe it. If anybody looks at that live stream from the Long Island event with Organic Crush, Julie came up to me like, I'm Julie Tuesday. I was like, what? I was like, it's unbelievable. Info healed the chronic sinus infections and headaches I had for literally decades. I'm so grateful. And Julie, I'm grateful for you and your good comments because you make sense. You know, it's interesting when I watch you, when I read your comments, you're supporting people all on YouTube, other places. And then I read your comments. It's always level. It's like level-headed. It's level-headed. It's good. It's solid. It's just, it's smart. Dave. Anthony, exclamation point. These lives are freaking incredible. Are you okay with the little table sit down thing we're doing right here? You guys all right with that? It changes my day. The energy is amazing and I'm blessed when you are online here with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Eternal blessings to you. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Yum, yum, yum. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. Lauren. I didn't realize IBS was strep related. In many ways it can be. It's one of the big ones. Makes sense. I've struggled with so much strep in so many varieties throughout my life, and I've seen this before, by the way. That's a really good topic right there. You've struggled with strep a lot in your life, and what happens is then you'll end up getting it in so many different ways. You'll have it for UTIs, you'll have it for IBS, you'll have it for eye problems, dryness of the eyes, you know that whole thing? It's like, you know, dryness of the eyes. You'll have it for that, you'll have it for all these other ways, and that's what happens when you're dealing with strep your whole life. Then it appears in other ways. You'll get acne randomly in some, you know, even strange places acne. That's just how it works. You love to sit down? Thank you so much. Thank you. Anonymous over there on YouTube said, I got IBS when I got mono, and I talk about that in the medical medium books. Medical medium book 1, and talked about how strep rides on the back. It rides on the back of the Epstein-Barr. So mono's the Epstein-Barr virus. Let me grab something. Stay here, you guys. All right. So I'm back, okay? So check this out, right? Oh, and that's why we're live. And that's why we're live. All right, check this out, right? You think it's kind of silly that I almost hope like things happen where I drop something or something spills completely over? You think there's like something wrong with me if I actually hope something like that happens so that I can kind of get a good laugh with you guys? I don't know. All right, check this out, right? That's strep. That's Epstein-Barr, okay? What happens when you get mono, most likely you'll have strep throat, other problems too later on. A lot of strep-related issues because strep rides on the back of the Epstein-Barr. And this is medical meme information that's really advanced from SOC, Spirit of Compassion, since I was age 4. It's information, right? And so I don't even think, I don't know if research and science poached that from medical medium, the medical medium books yet. They poached a lot from it, from the medical medium books, the New York Times best-selling books. But they might have missed this one. I can't, I'm trying to think. But anyway, it's old medical medium information, published first, and strep rides on the back of the Epstein-Barr. It does. It piggybacks, which sucks because then you get chronic fatigue and then strep throat and everything else. That's what it does. If you just got on here, I'm talking about total immune. Really important for viruses like Epstein-Barr, very important for bacteria like strep, very important for the immune system, rebuilding the immune system. You can go to Vimergy.com, Make sure you get it. Make sure you get the propolis. Make sure you get the golden seal. Make sure you have these things. You'll be happy you did, okay? You'll be happy you did. Put it that way. By all means, you'll be happy. Alex says, sometimes I just want to pinch your cheeks, Anthony. Not out loud. I almost fell in my ass over here, and my chair went like flying out behind me. All right, so my sound is very low now. Ooh. Let's get the sound back up. How about now, you guys? Is that a little better? You dropped your mic? Classic. Good, it sounds good? Okay, wonderful. Let's go. Look, it's like a test run, trying to use, I'm using a different mic these days versus my other one that I had before. Trisha says, in one of my dreams, I disclosed that I was in a slump. Did you guys, I've been dreaming intense dreams lately. I was dreaming last night that I was in this haunted house, and it was reminiscent of a haunted house I used to live in. I lived in one of the most haunted houses on the East Coast of the United States, and so haunted that I had a couch delivered, right? And the delivery guys, which were really cool guys, delivery guys wouldn't bring the couch in, even though that was the whole thing. They were there to bring it in, right? And so I went outside. They knocked on the door. I said, "Hey guys, come on, just drop it right here, and I'll just set it wherever." And they're like, "We're not going in the house." And I said, "Why? Why do you want to come in the house?" And they said, "No disrespect, sir, but you live in the most hauntedest house around." And we're like, and I was like, "What?" And then, thing is, I knew it was haunted anyway. Already knew, but I was just like, "Really?" tell me why you think. And they're like, my uncle stayed in this house one night many years ago, and it was a scary story. It scared the shit out of me. Like, you know, like, right? Now, I was shitting my pants as I was standing on the porch because it wasn't a normal ghost story. And I go, all right. I go, so your uncle experienced that? I go, okay, well, I'm, you know, moved in now, and I already saw, you know, a pot and a pan fly off the rack off the ceiling. You know the racks, you know, where you hang the pots and pans on the ceiling, right? You hang them, you can hang them, right? Like the rack. I already saw a pot go flying off the rack for no reason and go flying across the room, the kitchen, into the dining room. Anyway, all right. I had a dream. So I had a dream I was in a haunted house last night. Xenia says, I have all your books and they are a blessing to have. Thank you for writing them and sharing this info to help us heal. So when I got into this house, Spirit of Compassion already told me it was haunted, but I didn't care. I'm not afraid of any ghosts, but they're real. They're real. I'm just not afraid of them, but they're real. Intense dreams lately too. Kathy Hill. Yeah, no, totally. You know, lots happening. Seasons are changing right now. Think about that. The world is doing some crazy stuff. A lot of stuff happening there. A lot of stuff happening in space as well. Some sketchy stuff is happening in space. A lot of alien crap's happening too. A lot of UFOs and spacecrafts and spaceships and aliens and stuff like that. A lot's going on. There's a lot of activity up there, a lot of activity on the moon. I still am a little worried that they're hollowing out the moon. They're, you know, mining. They've been mining for precious metals out of the moon for millions of years. Not humans, so to speak, from Earth. No, not them. But they've been mining the moon for millions of years, and it's starting to get hollow. Problem is with that, if the moon caves in, then it's all over for Earth. But I'm not anticipating it's going to cave in anytime soon. Look out for an announcement I'm about to make pretty soon. Okay? Making an announcement. It has something to do with the Life-Changing Food book launch, Life-Changing Foods. Did you guys get Life-Changing Foods Expanded Edition? So if you don't have that, I mean, I would pre-order it because when it's going to be out in like a month. If you don't pre-order it now, good chance you're not going to be able to get one for a while. It'll sell out, and it does every time. It's not like I'm making this up. It's done at every single book launch for 10 years. So I'm just saying, if you want to make sure you get one, lock it down. Go to Amazon.com. Go to Barnes & Noble. Go there, lock down a medical medium, new edition, Life-Changing Foods book. Put your name on it. They don't charge you until it's shipped. They don't charge you until it's shipped. I'm just telling you right there. Look out for an announcement I'm making. It's about California. It's about California. An announcement I'm going to be making soon. Look out for that. I'm trying not to keep you guys in suspense. I'm just, you know. Aisling, that's a real cool photograph right there on your YouTube. I had eczema on my hands and then it disappeared. Oh, there it is. I had eczema on my hands and they were bleeding a bit from cracked skin and the light blast healed it completely. My God. I can't believe we were together. We have a photograph together. That was just recently. That's an Organic Crush. You guys don't want to talk about the moon. Nobody wants to know about what's going on with the moon. To talk about Mars. Information from Spirit of Compassion about Mars, which is mind-blowing. MeTube7087, good to see you, man. You showed up. Life-Changing Food Book launch party, perhaps in California, question mark? Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. With a light blast included. And maybe even something else really cool. You guys, amazing. Can we pray for the moon? You can pray to God. Yeah, everything helps. Prayer is powerful. It's very powerful. It is phenomenally, miraculously powerful. I'm going to have some time tea, I forgot. Why do I love these so much? Look at this. You guys see this? Total Immune Blend. If you just got on here and you're hanging out with me right now, please watch this from the beginning, because seriously, it's critical information about like your immune system and healing. I talked about the lungs. I talked about the intestinal tract. I talked about Total Immune Blend, okay? I talked about all the reasons why Vimergy is the best. I mean, it's endless, the amount of reasons. And I'm telling you now, other supplement companies don't even go near what these guys do. They don't. It's such bull crap out there. I can't even tell you. I endorse these guys. I don't own Vimergy. I don't own the company. I don't have a percentage of the company. I'm not the owner. I don't have shares in the company, nothing like that. But I endorse them with every aspect of my being and soul. So yeah. And I love working with those guys. Love it. They're unbelievable. Every time I like connect with them and say, what do you got next that's going on? Like, what are you doing? How are you doing the process? How do you keep everything so clean? Like, there's just so many things. It's so cool. Oh, Salah says over there on YouTube, says, in November, question mark, please, event in LA in November? Explanation points, yeah. Something like that. Yes. It's looking good. It's looking pretty good. I try not to jump the gun on it, though, you guys, because, you know, shit happens and life ain't easy, and you know what I mean? And it's hard to do the event, especially with the bulletproof vest. It is hard to do. I can't even say enough. It is brutal. Let's see. Ella Diamond says 144. It's 4 a.m. in the morning, and I stay up listening to you from Australia. Oh my God, it's 4 a.m.? So what's happening at 4 o'clock in my morning when it's 4 o'clock? What time is it then? Maybe I should do a live at 4 a.m. my time. I could try to pull it off, but there's a lot going into this where, you know, I got my team here and we've got a lot of different cameras going on, and I would have to wake all of their butts up at like 11 at night and say, you guys, you're gonna have to work all night so we can do a live at 4 in the morning so that, you know, people get to see it on the other side of the world that don't have to stay up. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it. Oh, did I just... Oops. Oops. Big mouth I am. What a big mouth. You guys, it's 8 p.m. when? So Bia says in Luxembourg. So you guys, check out Total Immune. So important to have. If you just got on here, I just literally talked about like the reasons for it, how important it is. Check out the propolis too. I mean, look, Total Immune's critical. Did I put it out here already? Where is it? Let me get this one. All right. That's the propolis right there. Okay? Those two, I mean, I can't even tell you. If I had, even if I just had just one, but yeah, the propolis, the Total Immune, and we were talking about like what's the top, 4, what's some of the top 4 or whatever. Here's just the 3 right here. Golden Seal, propolis, Total Immune. You should have these in your medicine chest. You should have this in your medicine cabinet. I would go and get these. I'd go to Vimergy.com, order these right away, get them in your medicine chest, get ready for any flu. Do the Total Immune every single day and the propolis every single day for your immune system. In general, as a maintenance plan, definitely do that, okay? The thing is with lupus, I just said I've read what's good for lupus. Lupus is an Epstein-Barr created problem. So it's a condition created by Epstein-Barr. That's what's behind lupus. So Epstein-Barr creates all the symptoms that eventually get tagged in a group of symptoms where a doctor can say, I think you have lupus. And most lupus people, they can waif back and forth from Lyme disease. Almost every lupus person had a Lyme diagnosis at one point. Then maybe they left the Lyme doctor after a few years. Now they're at a lupus doctor. Then they're at an MS doctor. And then they're back to a lupus doctor. Then they're back to an RA doctor. Then they're back to just an autoimmune doctor. But the lupus thing is Epstein-Barr, boom. That's why it's critical for like total immune, like we're talking about with total immune. Ask your doctor if you can do total immune. Take this information and say, look, go to your doctor who's diagnosed you of lupus. Go to your doctor and bring this information about total immune and ask your doctor if you can take this with whatever protocol that your doctor has assigned to you or recommended to you, whatever protocol. So take the total immune, bring it and say, can I take this along with everything else I'm doing? Let your doctor help you make that decision. Very important. Wild Blueberry Kiss. I was in a medical medium group, and so many people said when they switched to Vimergy, they started really moving the needle. And this is what really sucks. You would think that's the greatest thing in the world, and it is. But what sucks is there's so much, it's like a feeding frenzy out there of bullshit, like with biohacks and everything else. Like, it is sick. Like, it's not about what really works out there. It's just about the game, right? It's all a game. And the biohackers are they're like opportunists that just in the end, they don't give a crap if somebody heals or not, really. I mean, I'm sure there's a biohacker that does, but for the most part, they just don't. And what happens is that if someone said to them, well, Vimergy they'll be like, no, stay away from Vimergy. Just do my biohacks. Meanwhile, dude, your biohacks aren't going to really move the needle. To move the needle, it's a whole nother thing. Like, there's a difference. The reason why you see that, like in a medical medium group, you see people switch to Vimergy and their life changes, it's real. That's a real thing that occurs. That's a real thing that occurs. Did I just accidentally spit everywhere? I'm talking so much. It's a real thing that happens, you guys. Like, healing, really healing when you switch to Vimergy. But then, like I said, with the biohackers and everything else, they're just they don't want people on celery juice. They don't want people on Vimergy because it takes away from all their crap that they're trying to get people, all their multi-level marketing shit and everything else that they want people on, they're biohackers. And it's turned into only a business now. So the health world turned it only to a business. It just has, I'm just saying. And it's not about what really works in the end. And so, yeah, you'll see people, they'll either go back to Vimergy and be like, oh my God, what was wrong with me? Why did I even get away? Or they'll go to Vimergy and be like, oh, this is incredible. MeTube7087 says the biohackers are hacks. You know what I'm talking about, right, MeTube? I can't believe we met. I can't believe we met. It just blows my mind. Juan Alona says, just pre-ordered my book. Amazing. Thank you for doing that because it's painful on me. If you guys want to know some pain I experience, and maybe nobody cares, but some pain I experience is when the books come out and then they get sold out and then everybody's mad at me and they think I'm responsible for it, right? They think I'm responsible for them selling out, that I didn't stock enough books. I'm not stocking anything. My publisher does it, Hay House does it, and they do a great job. It's just that what happens is not enough people do the pre-order. And so my publisher, they'll tell me, they'll be like, AW, look. I'm like, what's up? They'll be like, try to get people to do a pre-order because what's going to happen is it's just going to sell out and then it takes time to restock. And people are just going to be mad at you. And it's like, yeah, they're going to be mad. They always are. I know that. They're always mad at me. When that happens. So get the new edition. Get, pre-order it. You're not going to have to pay for it. They'll charge you when it's shipped. Go to Amazon.com. Go to medicalmedium.com. Look for it. You'll see it on there. Go to Barnes & Noble, pre-order it there. I love Barnes. Yep. Health with Liz says, I recently got some new friends into Vimergy. Now we are walking around with our supplements. They're using Vimergy now because it's working for them. You tell me, check this out, right? You get a fever blister. You put the propolis on it and take the propolis. It goes away fast. You get a canker sore. You put the Vimergy propolis on it. It goes away fast when they never go away fast. Or they never go away at all for most people. And then it goes away. It works. You get a flu. It's a flu that's annihilating people out there. You're on the total immune. You're on the propolis golden seal. You're on the total immune, and it's going away. If it works, it works. You got chronic illness. You got CFS. You got, blah, blah, blah. We know. It's serious. It's serious. Lara 144. Lara, we met at an event. Unbelievable. Couldn't believe it. You guys, just mind-blowing. My daughter got off antidepressants and uses only Vimergy products now. Life-changing. Ravia on YouTube. There's so much information in the medical medium books, you guys, on conditions. I see some of you guys are asking about all kinds of different conditions and symptoms, but there's so many different symptoms, conditions in the books. You got to look through them and find them. I know it's hard because these books are like big Bibles. They're loaded, right? They're loaded with information, but it's important. It is. Wondering Wishin says, my son got rid of a red spot on his lip, an ulcer on his tongue in 1 day using propolis. There it is, right there. 1 day using the Vimergy. There it is, the Vimergy. You guys, you know I love you guys. Keep working hard. If you're a dabbler, take one dabble at a time. One dabble at a time, okay? The books are so big, they look like, they act like doorstops. Yes, it's true. The medical medium books are that big. They are. And here's what's crazy about the medical medium books is every line is valuable. Every line in there from Spirit of Compassion. True Bibles. True healing Bibles. Jane Moore says, I don't want Anthony to go. Love listening to When You're Live. If I stick around too much, you're going to get sick of me. Julie Tuesday, light heart, indeed. Medical Medium Podcast, the last episode I did. I don't know what this week's episode is going to be for the Medical Medium Podcast. I just got to get my butt moving on that fast. One dabble at a time. Lisa, that's right. One dabble at a time. If that's what you're doing, it's fine. Okay? I can talk more about the moon and Mars eventually. We'll do that. We'll talk more about it. The moon stuff is pretty depressing. Mars stuff is pretty depressing too. I don't know. The thing is you really want to hear the depressing stuff about Mars? Oh my God. But I'll talk about it. I love you too, you guys. Last week's podcast was so good. Franchetta, thank you. I'm honored. Tell other people. Get them to listen. Tell other people about the Medical Medium Podcast. Get them hooked on it. Because it'll only help heal them. Are you guys still breaking twigs? I want to ask you guys, are you still breaking twigs? You still doing the breaking twigs? Medical Medium, where you sit there and you're breaking twigs? Little pieces? I'm going to get some twigs and show you guys how to do it on a live. That's what we'll do. Maybe that'll be like the next one or something. I'll try to do that. I should bring some twigs in here and show you guys how I break twigs. I did a podcast episode on it. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you're still twig breaking. Can I talk about Jesus? I love Jesus. Yes, you're still breaking twigs, Francis? Amazing. Love that one about breaking twigs. Incredible. So you guys are all breaking twigs? I never did the breaking twigs. Anonymous, why? You should try it. You guys might like it. All right. Check out Vimergy.com. V as a Victor, I, M as a Mary, ERGY.com. I love those guys. I endorse them. It's just more than that. It's way more than that. It's not just about endorsing. It's just about knowing what works. It's about knowing why it works. It's about seeing people heal. It's about life-changing results. It's about saving lives. It's about moving people forward. And medical meme information, you guys, you know, it's got the street cred. You know, it's got the track record. You guys know. Because I don't know how anybody would listen to me otherwise. So obviously we did something right all these years, these decades, because that many people have healed around the world. And if it works, it works. Bottom line. Anyway, all right. I'll see you guys later, okay? You know I love you.
Природник е официален и ексклузивен дистрибутор на Vimergy за България, Гърция и Румъния. Всички препоръчани от Антъни Уилям хранителни добавки на Vimergy можете да откриете на природник.com. Природник е носител на наградата Дистрибутор на годината от Международната конференция на Vimergy 2025. Научете повече за прочистванията и протоколите с препоръчаните от лечителя медиум хранителни добавки в книгата Прочистване за здраве, която можете да закупите от природник.com.